Talking about those Diamondbacks, they blew another ninth-inning lead. They fell to Braves yesterday afternoon at Chase 8-5. Today, traveling to D.C. to get ready for a set with the Nationals beginning tomorrow, and then they will be in Detroit until they come back here with the Phillies coming in town. So D-backs had a good run there. Had a good run, wouldn't you say? I mean, They dropped the last two, but that was all right.
You win 6 in a row. You won 6 out of the last 8. That's still pretty good.
I'd say really good.
Hate to lose that game the way they lost last night, though, on the grand slam in the top of the ninth inning. But you're still in tied for first place with the Dodgers.
But that's why we love sports, because it's never over till it's over. And I hate to use Yogi Berra's world-famous phrase, but it's true. It's never over until that final pitch and the guy is out at the plate. That's why we all love sports.
The one thing is getting later in the year when you get down to who's going to make the wild card or not, that's where those kind of losses
I agree with that.
will start to add up. But Here you are, you lost, but you're still tied for first place. And, going in to go play against the Nats and the Tigers, very winnable series, for this Diamondback team. So everywhere they go, they've got a chance to win the series. Where last year, you're going, well, somebody's in that bullpen's going to implode, or this isn't going to happen, or the lineups are inconsistent, or they're not getting the hitting, or Christian Walker's still hitting in the Mendoza line. All that has come together earlier where these guys have a chance at least to win every series that they play.
Over the weekend, D-backs decided they're going to keep their manager in town, Torey Lovullo. He signed a one-year extension. That is his third one-year extension. He will be here through 2024. And I think, for the most part, I don't see anyone's fighting this.
No,
I'm not fighting.
But you wonder, why not give him a 2 or 3 year extension? I mean, the guy's done all this. He's got him in first place. They're playing solid baseball. Why is it 1 year after the other, after the other, after the other? I mean, just extend him for 2 years or 3 years. Pay him, what do they pay? I don't even know if they're paying him $4 or $5 million a year. I hope. I know what they're, but why not reward the guy? He's been to hell and back with this organization. He's been patient. He's been a good soldier for this organization.
It's also his first managerial job.
Well, I know,
but patient. I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money to be a manager.
He is, but
there's only a few jobs available.
But look what he's done the last few years. I mean,
year
after year.
Last 3 seasons were under 500.
I get it. I get it.
I mean, you get it. You just said, look what he's done the last couple of years. He hasn't done anything.
What he's done is he's been patient with this team to help develop this organization. He's developed.
Who cares?
Listen, right. He's developed this organization with its farm system. It's developing these players.
That's Mike Hazen.
And get him. I get him. But Lovullo's got to manage them.
Okay, but it's Mike Hazen is the one who's giving him the players.
And that's on top of that. He and Hazen are joined at the hip. These players are joined at the hip with Torey Lovullo. So I'm like, look what he's done to hang in there. And you've given him a lot of leeway. And now he's turning this thing around. Why not reward him for another couple of years?
He just was rewarded.
A year.
Okay,
thanks for the gumball.
But he got an extension in 2021, right?
The last.
Okay, so now he just got another one. So you can kind of look at it. He's going to be here another couple of years.
It's like a year by year. It's like but
he's now till 2024. Right?
Yes. You got 1 year.
Well, so he's got another year.
You got 1 year. Why not give him to 2025, 26? Hey, we want to reward you for how well you've hung in there.
What if this team blows up? All-Star break goes and all of a sudden they fall in the cellar. Then what are you going to say?
You say he played a year out.
Okay.
Play the year out, and then you have
You're
confidence.
just too nice of a guy, man.
You play the year out.
It's a business.
I get it. It's a business.
If he's not winning games, I mean, he has an under 500 overall record since
he's
been here.
But I think that when you have Lovullo, how much he's been with these players, this group of young men, that speaks for him. You hope they don't fall apart.
He hasn't been with these guys much at all. They're all young guys that came up through the system. He's not managing AAA. He's not managing AA.
But look at the guys that have come up periodically that he's been dealing with in reference to getting them ready and how he's handled a lot of these guys. So, I don't know, just a 1 year. Okay, so what you're saying is, so if he wins it all this year, say he wins in the National League West, he goes to the playoffs. And then next year, he's in the same route. He's going to have that 2024 season. You give him at that point, he'll get paid through 2024. Do you give him another 2 year extension? Or you continue to give him 1 year after 1 year? I don't know. It's kind of like, hey, we like you, but that's how I kind of sense that sometimes.
Well, I think his longevity proves that they like him already. I mean, look how long he's been the manager. So I just think that I don't have a issue with a 1 year or a 3 year extension. He got an extension, so he's doing something right.
I think it's great.
So should Hazen be getting an extension too then?
I think that what he's done the last couple of years, they might. Let's say we've got 2 more years left on his contract.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I think I think this is one of those years. It's going to be a year, I think, as far as Diamondback ownership, to look at the guys running the show with Hazen and with Lovullo to say, okay, guys, we're starting to make the progress we've always seen, we've hoped. Let's move it forward. And I think the way that this year ends, I think will be the future, the next 2 or 3 years of this Diamondback organization. They don't want to rebuild. They've got the general manager. They've got the skipper. I think they've got those individuals that they feel that they're now turning the quarter to kind of get up to where they can compete every year for the National League West.
So I don't know how accurate this is because this is December of last year. The fast thing I can pull up that it looks as though Mike Hazen's contract he got an extension in September of 2019. It's possible that this is his final year of his contract.
And if I think
D-backs exercise their club option on the services for 2023.
And I think he'll be around. I think they'll extend him.
They'll extend him, absolutely.
Because those two are joined at the hip. He and Lovullo. That's his guy.
Because I think last year, the year before that, we were all saying, hey, maybe they need to make a change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Torey being one of them.
But I felt that they hang in there with him, build with him. He's good with young players. And if you're going to rebuild, which they were, guys, they were in rebuilding mode a couple, 2 or 3 years ago.
They still are.
Well, but I think
they're having success.
Yeah, we saw glimpses last year. At the
end of the year.
At the end of the year. And if not for their bullpen, that team last year was right on the precipice, right on the cusp of going to that wild card game. That's pretty impressive for what you saw with the bullpen woes we saw last year.
And once again, we will reserve judgment until the All-Star break. And indeed, if they are in the position that they're in now or within a couple of games of first place with the Dodgers, then you have to become a buyer and not a seller.